We also have journalists, let's Masters of Mr. Burke. Shameless and bumptious. That was when he was elected. Is that right?
That was very restrained, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it?
I've said many things worse than that.
How are you anyway?
Very nice to be here. It's rather sort of garden dog.
We've got various listeners as well, who I'm sure will have questions about this whole business, really. First of all, Quentin, normal people listening around the country will think, what's this business about electing the Speaker? Why is it a problem?
Oh, I think he's going to get in. I don't think he's going to fall at the first fence. But I think there may be some grumbling from mainly the Conservative coaches who don't like him personally, and also some of them think he's a bit bent politically. And this is a guy, the reason they don't like him is because he started off far right, he was a Teddy Thatcherite, and now he seems to be a Harriet Harman type. He's sailed quite a long way across the bench. And a man of such elastic... People think, oh, elastic principles, I don't particularly like him personally, but also don't particularly trust him. So that's the basic problem that he has.
So the process is, if somebody shouts, object,
they have to say, oi!
A few voices say, object.
Yeah, well, it depends. We don't quite know, Victoria, but the geezer running this is going to be Sir Peter Tapson, who's aged about 800. Who's the new father of the house, and it's up to him. I mean, if he thinks that there is enough dissent, he'll say, right, we will divide the house, we will have a vote. There's going to be a public vote, so Burke will be able to see who's voted which way. It was going to
because they will walk into different
areas. The lists are published how you vote. It's not a secret ballot. So that means the MPs are such cowards, a lot of them, that they think, oh, he's going to see how I voted, so I'm not possibly going to vote against him.
Right, Jonathan can tell us why he's a good candidate and should be formally re-elected without any fuss, without anybody shouting, object!
Well, I don't object, by the way. If people want to have the vote, have the vote. I'm sure John will very handsomely. You know, he went on that political journey, as Quentin referred to, and, you know, he lost some Conservative friends along the way to doing it, but that's ancient history. When he became Speaker last year, announced his political path, and he became Speaker he was re-elected publicly as Speaker seeking re-election, no longer Conservative. And in the last 10 months, I think he's done a very good job as Speaker. He's been a champion for the Commons, a champion for backbenchers, actually. The last government, we saw a very, very over-eager government trampling on the House of Commons. He's saying that there must be more power for backbenchers. I hope that the coalition government allow it to be held to account in the same way as the Labour government. And I think actually, at a time when you've got huge political change going on, a new coalition coming in and so on and so forth, actually a bit of consistency and continuity in terms of the person in charge of the House of Commons.
I think you could argue it's never been a better time to change it, because if you're going to get a tone of newness and freshness.
And that's what we've been hearing all morning, obviously, from the newly elected.
The thing that really gets people's goats about him, perhaps mine as well, is that he ain't half greasy this Friday. He's a real fried egg, this bloke. And it's his manner, I'm afraid. He's oleaginous, and you know, you expect. I think a good speaker is a speaker who is slightly remote from people, sort of like an old-fashioned hanging judge. Doesn't have favourites, doesn't show favouritism, doesn't give suggestion of favouritism. And this is what he doesn't strike people as an impartial ref.
Okay.
And that's what he needs.
Right, listen. Wendy, yes.
To my mind, this strikes me as more a storm in a teacup than a storm in the city. I mean, why don't government change the system so much? I mean, I think we need to have a radical look at the system.
Yeah, but what do you mean by that?
Well, do we need to have a speaker that's aligned to a party or not aligned to a party?
Well, he's not aligned to a party. He's meant to be a party.
Do we have to have this continuing adversarial thing with the honourable gentleman and honourable friend and this archaic way of doing politics?
Maybe not. I'm not particularly hung up about the honourablism or that. But I think you're always going to have different sides of the argument, and that's the nature of argument.
Excuse me, what's the evidence? You know, you said about it's a published vote.
Yeah, but
you said some way because
to
be made public. So basically, so you have evidence of this?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
But where can we find this?
Well, you can look at me, believe me or not. I've spoken to.
Well, I don't know. I don't
know why you don't believe me.
I've
spoken to all of them Labour MPs who said, oh, we didn't realise. A little bit dim. They didn't realise it was the nature of the vote, and so they thought it was going to be a secret vote, and it isn't going to be. And so they said, oh, we don't like Burke. If it had been a secret vote, we would have.
But this is what I'm saying about we need substantial, deep reform of the system to have our country run by people walking down corridors.
Well, it's much quicker. I suppose it's much quicker. You can have electric votes if you want to. the good thing about a lobby where people actually vote, the politicians talk to each other. It's a good time of grabbing hold of the ministers.
No, he's exactly right about that. Mind you, our game system is actually very effective. Naturally, the MPs have to be there. But you go in
And the whips can make sure they've obeyed it.
You look at the European Parliament, for example, where the votes are done on hundreds of votes in an hour, pressing buttons with no thought at all going into how it's done. I think the fact you have
Well,
to
I think you're
actively...
drawing a false distinction there. I don't think we necessarily need to go that route, but I think we could give our MPs, trust our MPs to vote without it being public.
Surely the spirit of accountability and transparency is actually essential that we know how the MPs are voting. They're representing us.
She's accepting that. Okay, can I introduce Neil Parish, Tiverton and Compton, newly elected Conservative MP. Good morning, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You do look like you've been an MP for years, I have to say. Anyway, how are you?
Very well.
And are you looking forward to this speaker decision that you'll have to make this afternoon, 2:30 this afternoon?
I am, because I would have rather than one has have a chance to elect a new speaker, so it's going to be an interesting.
Well, are you going to shout object?
Not personally,
No,
but I might encourage somebody else to do so, because I think it's essential that we elect a new speaker.
Why?
Well, because I think it was foisted upon the old Parliament, and look, you've got nearly half the Parliament now a new Parliament, so surely this is the ideal time to have a vote for a new speaker.
Do you have any
Now, we'll wait and see which horses are in place.
Well, Jonathan and Quentin,
Unexpectedly brave. Well done, I must say. He won't last long in politics.
Thank you very much. I look forward to a long and to see what's going on.
I mean, there's been talk about Vin Campbell, has there not?
There has.
Well, but we don't know if he wants it.
Well, I think we take it as read. He's hot for it. More and his wife also.
Oh, right.
Is champing at the bit in the paddock. But there may be one or two others, but I don't think it's going to go that far. I think Burke is probably going to win today. So if Burke wins today, then there's no
But
no
do you
other
mean he's going
runners.
to win today because nobody's going to shout object?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I mean,
ignored?
quite a lot of people like it.
Yeah.
Some, but quite a lot of people don't. And I suspect because it's a public event and a public vote, the ones that don't like him are going to think, ooh, look, if he's going to be speaker for the next 5 years, the last person I want to upset is the speaker. So I'll either abstain or else I'll show my support for him by greasing up to him and he'll kill me. That's the problem we have with the perception of him as being somebody who really pays favours. If he was a really impartial speaker, a figure of old-fashioned grandeur, then I don't think there'll be that suspicion.
How would you expose that? I think that's very unfair. I genuinely think John Burke is really impartial speaker. People will come
Oh, sorry.
That's absolutely right.
Okay.
He's done well since being kicked out, though. You can't get him off the telly room. No, this is very true. This is very true.
Fighting off the cheeky girls.
Yes. One of them, anyway. No. So tell me, Index, what is it